coach whose innovative approaches have transformed the physical therapy. Introducing Somya Raut from Stairs Physio and Fitness.
Especially in terms of understanding physical therapy, I'm very excited because this has always been my goal and vision to outreach to people, to share more about what physiotherapy actually is. Physiotherapy, fitness, it's all about exercise because pain is only a symptom. Pain is 100% from brain. Nobody comes to us, the pain is new or acute.
Like, do you believe in holistic healing or holistic development, and what are your inputs?
We need to inculcate all these practices in terms of your breathing, in terms of understanding yourself, understanding the healing process, respecting the timeline of how much time will it take for me to recover.
Challenges of an athlete and not so active person are completely different.
See, pain is always good. Pain is a protective mechanism of the body.
Is pain-free living possible?
Most of the pain around the knee comes because of weak hips. If the gluteal or the hip muscles are weaker, then the stress comes onto the knee. That's where treating the cause comes into picture. Physiotherapy is the way of life, I'm telling you. Why? Because it gives you a better understanding and awareness through musculoskeletal assessment. How do you stand? How is the position of your foot? How is the load on the right knee and the left knee? Why do you have pain only on the right and not on the left? How is the position of the hip? How is the position of your pelvis? How is the position of your spine overall? How is the position of your head on your shoulders or your neck?
If you have some deficiency, you address that.
Absolutely.
Take that supplements or whatever is required.
Absolutely.
And do the required warm-up before you do the actual exercise.
That's where exercise prescription comes into picture. We prescribe exercises which will feed you.
Probably one PT period would have been in a week.
And even in school, nobody taught us regarding what is the posture all about. What are the different muscles of the body? What happens when you stand? What happens when you walk? What happens when there's a sedentary lifestyle?
So you have worked according to your experience with athletes across the globe. Yeah. What is the change that you have seen in Indian athletes and athletes abroad?
Indian athletes, I would say, are extremely talented. We need to have proper high performance centers where we can groom kids at a very early age. We don't have that much of grassroots training. Sports need to be inculcated in schools. Abroad, sports is a mandate, and everybody is active, everybody is into some kind of sport or the other. In India, we do not have that scenario. So we need to really start young in schools where sports become a mandate and they're exposed to all kind of sports, and they can also we as parents also need to encourage our kids to play as much as possible, because that will help you get better, stronger, better qualities, better character, better resilience in you.
So somewhere you say sports kind of shapes them to be better individuals.
Yes, both mentally and physically.
Okay. And in what way being an athlete allows them to be stronger, like you say resilience and all, in life, you see them as a different individuals?
It teaches you many things: discipline, commitment, consistency, empathy, sport,
and never give up attitude.
So when you are introduced to a sport at a very early age and you play the sport, it really makes you very humble. So because it takes you through so many challenges every day, every single minute. When you play the sport, it makes you more stronger. Decision making skills, everything improves both mentally and physically.
Yeah, being an athlete definitely has its own perks. Coming back to physiotherapy. So when a person has come to you with an injury, usually you analyze them and give them what needs to be done. And how does that timeline kind of is explained? Because sometimes the chronic pain or the injury might take longer than expected. So how do you kind of give them the timelines? And sometimes they may not be able to meet. So how do you cope up with that, and how do you manage and engage them?
No, we try to include a lot of evidence into practice. There are a lot of articles which are or journals which are published. So we try to quote those journals, show them that this is what happens when based on the injury, intensity of the injury, the degree of injury, how much time does it take. Like, for example, ACL, a ligament injury in the knee, it takes at least 9 to 12 months, and you need a follow-up for 2 years to get better and stronger post surgery. So the process of 9 months is mentally and physically extremely challenging. So what an athlete needs more than anything is psychological support then, because the sport that he loves the most is unable to play because of the existing injury condition, and he has to do a lot of exercises to get back, getting back the range of motion, getting back the strength, and then the movement of the game, which is included in the game. It could be acceleration, deceleration, changing direction, jumping, landing. All these movements have to be trained all over again.
It's like learning to learn all the
Yes,
movements
yes,
again.
yes, yes. And then get back. There are also return to sport protocol, return to performance protocol that needs to be followed to get back.
Whoa, that's quite a hectic thing. So if that is for an amateur or a professional, either ways it's the same.
Either ways, it's the same.
And how about a normal person who has never been into sport? Even for them, it's the same.
It's the same.
Protocol is
The healing process, the timeline, it's same for everybody. The mental resilience is better in elite athletes because they are introduced to the sport every day. There is pain, there's niggle while playing the sport, so they know how to address it better.
okay.
For an amateur, the pain threshold is not as high as an elite athlete. So that's where, pain management, proper guidance, proper support plays a very important role.
So coming to your stairs, physio, and fitness. So what is that you specifically provide as guidance or as training that I see a lot of celebrities coming to your place? Like what makes the difference?
Uh, See, one thing that we try to imbibe is everybody comes or enters that door through comes with a lot of hope of getting better and stronger. And we as physical therapists need to be really empathetic, and every time try to give our best in every way possible. Then only magic will happen. There are injuries which the doctor would have said that no, surgery is the only way, but it has done wonders through proper pain management, exercise therapy. People have gotten better, stronger, gotten back to their activities of daily living.
So physiotherapy can actually avoid surgeries?
Yes,
To what extent is like?
to a greater extent.
Oh, that's
That
amazing.
that's not I. That's what the journal says. A lot of research which has been done over years.
So it's because of the protocol you follow that.
No, the protocol which we all should follow based on evidence which is being practiced. I'm talking about all kind of musculoskeletal pain that we talk about.
Okay.
I was playing badminton. I had a shoulder injury. So when you assess, there would be multiple issues around that shoulder, which can be managed conservatively.
And not directly go on to a surgical,
Yeah,
but
no,
just manage
yeah,
the pain and then again get back your
exactly,
strength.
exactly. Give it some time.
Mhm.
Work on specific exercises that would really help you get stronger and return to your sport, and it can happen.
Okay, and I don't know if I can take the names, but I see dancer Rukmini and like Shwetamari Shetty. So many people who are really good at their professional game or their professional art. They seek you as their coach. So, like, are your clientele being attracted for the work you're providing, or it's just that what they get through stairs, or what is the support that you provide them?
Yeah, we try to become the support system as much as possible because they understand that dance is also a form of sport. When you mentioned about Rukmini, and the physical demands are way higher. How do they keep themselves fit? They also need a support system in place. That's where I come into picture in terms of helping them through adequate strength training, injury prevention protocols, if any niggles management protocols. So that we never talk about longevity. We never talk about recovery. People always talk about how much load can I take, how much how much more I can run, but nobody prioritizes recovery as a whole. So these are certain components we try to inculcate into the routine.
So what you speak about is longevity. It's
Yes,
not
yes.
just like load for one day and again
Yeah,
next day be
yeah.
injured. Like how do you one maintain having the great strength? Okay, I can today lift 100 and tomorrow How do I maintain that? What are the things that they need to incorporate?
So we need to have a better clarity in our planning. What am I, or what do I want to do? What is my primary goal? For example, running a marathon. So you need to plan the race calendar throughout the year. I want to run 3 races. These are my races, and I have to prepare for it. So based on that, I have my support parameters like strength, nutrition, sleep, so that I can run a 42.2 kilometer.
And how long technically they need to kind of train for running a marathon?
Uh, it depends from person to person, but generally I would say at least a year.
Okay, an year of practice to run for one marathon.
Yes. So that your body, you prepare your body. Just imagine running 42.2 kilometers in 4 hours or 5 hours. How much your mind and your body has been taking. So when we do this, we don't want physical stress not on our lungs, on our heart, on our kidneys. We don't want stress on our muscles, on our bones. The entire body is under stress. So how do we condition ourselves? How do we prepare ourselves so that we again think about the needs analysis of the sport? So we have to prepare where periodization comes into picture. Microcycle, macrocycle. This is the program for a week. This is my program for the month. This is my program for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and then a year. Is what we need to plan. When we plan right,
And that's when you can actually
we have to follow the process. The outcome is always good.
Great. We are going directly, like, so much more into fitness. Let's come back to physiotherapy. How important is emotional? How important is emotional wellness in the effective recovery? Because you said like we need to plan a lot for whatever sport or like activity that you need to do. If emotionally you're not well, does that also impact the physical health? And again, physiotherapy needs to come in place there.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I request everybody to meet a mental health expert to understand what's happening to them mentally, to understand their emotional health, because everybody is different. Again, the way you perceive particular trauma, stress is different from what I would perceive and channelize it in a way. So everybody, all of us needs to have a better assessment protocol in place. I meet a mental health practitioner, I meet a physical therapist, so that my body is taken care of and my mind is taken care of. Then we combine both the parameters together in terms of what needs to be done. As I said, even when we speak about responsibilities, why do we connect it with shoulder? Because there is a relationship. Emotionally, if you see somebody who is very low or sad, he would be sitting like this slouched for a longer period of time. That's what emotion does to the body overall. If somebody is angry, the presentation is completely different. So your thoughts, your imagination, the way you perceive the body also, the mind prepares the body accordingly to face.
So whichever emotion, yeah, you directly your body, physical body represents that.
Okay. So we need to work. It's again a two-way channel. So that's where there are so many receptors in our body. When we work on the receptors, it eases the stress. So the signal which goes to the brain, which is threat, is diminished. Hence, there's no pain. When you don't have any pain, you feel good. The happiness is back, and you start
putting. You can
and
start
then when you exercise, you get more stronger
and better results of what. Amazing. You started a running club. Why is running so prominent for a physiotherapist to like put that focus on?
Archana, movement is very important. Now people are not moving. Many people say that, okay, because of running we have knee issues. It's actually wrong. The knee health improves when you walk and jog. Because of the load that you take, there's better production of synovial fluid, the lubrication is better, the muscles work, they support the joint better, and gives you a better alignment of the entire body. That's where I want to encourage people to come jog and run, but at the same time educate them that exercise is also equally important, so that they can continue walking and jogging and running for long. Everybody start with walking. Oh, I want to walk 1 hour. But then slowly they start jogging, then running 5Ks, 10Ks, then start participating in different races. So that becomes you know, that's where overload comes into picture. How much is too much? We are not aware of that. That's why this is more of a educational awareness platform where people come in, where we talk, take them through what is warm up. How do I warm up basically? What do I know about warm up? How do I take care of my knee health? What is spine health? How do I take care of my spine? What are the mobility exercise that I can include to take care of my spine? So likewise, people come from different age groups. They come, we have a warm-up routine where we educate them, take them through various drills, then help them jog, then come back again, cool down. What is warm down or cool down? How do we cool down? So we speak. If they have any existing pain and discomfort, we tell them how to get rid of it.
And is running good for any age group?
Yes, running is good. Running is beneficial.
Because when I have heard a few people saying, "Oh, I walked on treadmill and my knee started hurting," as you, is hard surface the reason for
It's
that?
nothing about hard, soft. It's all about preparation.
Okay.
We all ran in school. After that, there has been a long gap. Correct. Running is normal movement pattern of the body, just like squatting. Deep squat is a normal movement pattern of the body. And how many of us deep squat now? After the Western toilets have been introduced, nobody gets into a deep squat position. So since the movements are hampered, and suddenly we try to load, for the brain it's a new movement altogether. So we have not trained this movement. So it is new. So any kind of overload again, which your brain cannot understand, we have pain. That please
Maybe
stop.
it's body's
That's
way
the
to
only
protect.
way to speak. Body speaks through pain, tenderness, swelling. That's where we need to really address.
So the moment you have any pain, any swelling, any kind of discomfort, you need to meet a physiotherapist and seek help.
Yes.
And then go forward from there.
Yes, absolutely.
For pain management, do you prefer manual therapy or electrotherapy?
I prefer manual therapy, which is more hands-on, treating with hands, basically, where you work on the soft tissue, the fascia. We have a connective tissue, which is called the fascia, which gives you form and shape to the body. So that binds the body, the muscles, the organs together and holds in its place. So we work on the muscle and the fascia. We mobilize the joint, and that gives you better result as compared to electrotherapy. So yes, manual therapy.
Great. What would you advise people who want to pursue a career in physiotherapy?
I'm very proud of my profession. I feel privileged that I chose this. I really thank God that I'm into this profession. I would say it's a very niche profession, and we need more physical therapists so that we can meet the demand. The population, India is one of the populated country in the world, and physical therapists, we don't have that many physical therapists who would be able to support, because every human being needs support in terms of managing their aches and pains, showing them a pathway in terms of post-surgical what they do, um, for geriatric group, for the older population, what are the different exercises that they can do. Even there are different conditions, neurological conditions, how do they recover from a case of stroke, say for example, from hemiplegia cases, spinal injury cases. We need a lot of support, and that comes from physical therapists. I would encourage a lot of students who wants to, who are in the 10th or 12th, to do, they should learn more about this profession, try to get a better understanding about this profession, and they should aspire, because this is the future. Physical therapy is the future.
What is the age that you need to stop working out? Is there ever an age?
No, there's no age where you need to stop working out. The workout is important. Yes, we modulate the exercise as we age. Example, a 20-year-old running a marathon, for somebody in 80, 90 years old, I would suggest to run 5Ks, 6Ks, 10Ks, not more than that. So likewise, there would be changes in exercise routine, but
What age can one start working out?
as early as possible. Say example, 6, 7, 8, where we teach from 3-year-old, 4-year-old as well, where we include them coordination, motor development pattern exercises, single leg standing, holding a ball, throwing a ball, catching a ball. So all these things has to be inculcated at an early age. Standing or walking on a balance pad, on a soft pad, say for example. So all these things are.
I think today's generation, everything, like every age group needs to have a certain set of exercises.
Yes.
How much of our body is overutilized or underutilized? And how can we maintain that equilibrium?
See, I don't think that it is underutilized. I always feel that it is overutilized. If even somebody who is sitting for long is over sitting for a longer period of time, it's over being used more. Somebody who is standing for a long period of time, it's overuse again. So there's always overuse. There's never underuse.
Okay.
So that's where movement comes into picture. We need to move. We need to work on the postural muscles. We need to, for example, work more on pull rather than push, because everybody is slouching already. Do a lot of retraction exercises so that posturally are much more
So wear and tear
strong.
happens, but you still have to work through it.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Great. What is your fitness mantra?
I'm active throughout the day. I'm on the floor helping people exercise. I demonstrate exercise to them, and I try to run at least twice in a week. I have run 10Ks, a lot of 10Ks, run a couple of 21Ks. So I have to be fit in order to preach the language. So yeah, that has been my fitness mantra. So I've been exercising, trying to keep myself fit.
Most rewarding aspects of your job?
A lot of love.
True. 5 tips that an inactive person can incorporate in their life to just maintain fitness.
Try to walk, climb stairs, avoid lift. Try to do 10 squats. Squats would be sit to stand on from a chair. Try to stand single leg, that it improves your balance. And try to hold a plank.
Okay. And as a physiotherapist, what are the 5 things probably you would add to an athlete or somebody who's super active in their life?
I would include a lot of recovery because they're already overloading. There's a lot of load on their body. So include aqua therapy, ice baths, myofascial releases. That would really a good nutrition plan that would help you recover within.
You see a lot of people with pain, and every day that's probably most of your routine to meet people and relieve them. So, how do you de stress and how do you motivate yourself?
For me, music has played a very important role. Music is therapy. It's the way you express. So music, singing has been, um, you know, a healing tool, I would say. Plus, when you walk, jog, run, speak to people, your near and dear ones, your family, so that really, helps you. So that's how.
And how do you kind of motivate yourself?
The work itself is very demanding and challenging,
Rewarding, I feel, but
and rewarding. Yes. So that's where you need to ensure that you're always there, 100%, so that you can relieve somebody of pain.
and in all these years of being in physiotherapy and helping a lot of people achieve their fitness goals, what has been like your core memory or the success stories that have inspired you the most?
A lot, actually.
Please share a few.
A lot. Recently, like just 3 days back, one of my client, he is 54 years old. He met me 2 years back because he had low back pain, and he wasn't able to walk properly because of severe low back pain. And he was dragging his foot and walking. And last Sunday, he did an Ironman,
Whoa.
which is 3.8 kilometers of swim, followed by 182 kilometers of bike, and then 42.2 kilometers of run. So
54.
he's 54 years old. So everything is possible, everything is achievable provided you are consistent, disciplined, and just keep press on towards your goal. Follow a proper process, have good support system in place.
Amazing. What has been your biggest takeaway in these years of giving your service?
Keep giving your best with humility.
You have met athletes and people across the globe. How has meeting them impacted you in becoming the person you are today?
A lot. There are hardships everywhere, you know, with whatever limited sources you have. For example, I went to Kenya in the month of March, April, and Kenya produces the best marathon runners in the world. And if you go and see the way they live, is quite encouraging in terms of they don't have fancy shoes or place to stay. That very poor basically. They have to go to a particular river to collect water every day. So the lifestyle is very ordinary, but they make things happen in that. uh, Instead of leading that, in spite of leading that lifestyle, they make things happen. So that's I learned a lot there in terms of we most of the time we crib about different things. Whatever limited resources they have, they make
They
the
don't even have
best
the
use of it.
basic
No, no,
amenities of life,
no.
and
And
still they are
still,
the world's
yeah,
best marathon
yeah,
runners.
yeah.
So that gives you a lot of humility, right? Like,
Absolutely,
okay, where we
absolutely,
stand and
absolutely.
where we are blessed with.
Yeah, yeah.
And what changes have you seen over years in the field of physiotherapy?
A lot more awareness. We have great physical therapists here in Bangalore and in India who are doing exceptionally well. Uh, uh, a lot of physios right now are able to go abroad for the further studies. They learn a lot. They're exposed. They get a lot of exposure when they travel abroad, work with different teams, work in different academies, high performance centers. They get a lot of exposure in terms of how to manage pain in a more holistic way and help an athlete. Why I am talking about athlete? Because I feel that treating an athlete is the most difficult part, because they have to get back to sport quickly. So for a physical therapist, it's extremely challenging. That how quickly can you get back? At least for an amateur athlete, you have time.
That luxury is there. Like,
Yes, but here we don't have much of time because he has to get back. He is an important player, because when somebody represents your country, he is one of the best. So you have to ensure as a physical therapist that he gets back as quickly as possible.
and what has been your learnings being with the Indian football team or in Indian cricket Ranji team?
Uh, Again, you have to work in a team, and you are somebody who players would always share their emotional and problems. So how do you ensure that you create a good balance in the team? Because you also work with support staff like your coaches. It's very easy for a physical therapist to say that, oh, you're injured, you can't play. But then the amount of work that you put in day and night to ensure that he plays the game is what makes you a successful physio.
And from that to creating your own team and teams, if I would say, how has that journey been?
It's been incredible. I started stairs with my business partner Hari, who's a civil engineer by profession, but he left everything and started this journey with me, and he learned. He did courses. He learned, and has been with me. I mean, we have been working together for almost 6 years now. Stairs. We have 4 centers now, and it has been an incredible journey. And what has worked for us is just putting our head down and giving our best all the time. And clients have been extremely kind to share the word and refer. So people have been coming. So now we have a team of close to 45 people working in 4 centers. So God has been kind.
That's really amazing. What is the near future of the advances that's coming in physiotherapy that you're excited about?
About AI coming into picture, technology, where we can help people online. We have a physical space, but also we can educate people online through various exercises, educating them regarding how to manage pain. What are the exercises that will help them get better and stronger is what I'm really looking at.
Hopefully, hope your centers just not just be 3 or 4, but grow multi-folds and reach as many people as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Samya. You have given invaluable information. Let not just our audience, but whoever just watches it gains immensely through this. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Archana.
Thank
Means a
you.
lot. Thank you so much.